You attract what you are. You want to attract better? Become better. You can get much further with a kind word and a gun than with a kind word alone. Sometimes the strongest among us are the ones who smile through silent pain, cry behind closed doors, and fight battles nobody knows about. Maybe your path is harder because your calling is higher. Do not shake the green apple tree. When the apple is ripe, it will fall down by itself. Don't test the depth of the river with both feet. The harder your past was, the more beautiful your future will be. Most of the stuff you worry about never happens. Some people play safe not to lose. You will definitely lose if you play safe. Things won't happen in a certain way just because you want them to happen that way. Learn from what people do, not from what they tell you. Don't react in anger immediately. Wait for it to subside. What's said or done in anger is irreversible. Just because you miss someone doesn't mean you need them back in your life. Missing is a part of getting over. Have at least one person in your life who gives you honest opinions. Holding on to things will always make you more stressed. Don't overshare. Privacy is power. See people for who they are, not who you need them to be. Never jump to conclusions. Be discerning and let people show you their true colors. Never expect and never put too much trust in anyone. Don't stick with bad friends just because you've known them for a long time. Our wounds are often the openings into the best and most beautiful part of us. In every situation, life is asking us a question, and our actions are the answer. Our job is simply to answer well. Say no to your desire to be perfect. Otherwise, you won't be able to improve further. The regret of putting first those who don't put you first makes your life painful. Be correct with everyone, sociable with many, close to the elect, friend to the few. Be careful who you call your friends. I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. Usually, people only want to hear the good, not the bad. So, if you have issues, it'll be hard to find people to confide in. When a defining moment comes along, you can do one of 2 things: define the moment, or let the moment define you. Listen to the people who tell you what you don't want to hear. Self-pity is dangerous. Stay away from it. You spend all your health initially for wealth, and then you spend all your wealth for one day of good health. Never share your problems with friends before finding a solution, no matter how challenging it is. Don't show your weaknesses. People will enjoy the show. Don't be weak in front of them. Holding grudges will never harm people you hate. Only you. Time defines you. You will not be defined well by anything other than time. Time is the most powerful force. How hard you fight, it will do what it wants to. You must determine where you are going in your life, because you cannot get there unless you move in that direction. Random wandering will not move you forward. It will instead disappoint and frustrate you, and make you anxious and unhappy, and hard to get along with. Dreams without goals are just dreams. The second you feel like you're hanging on by a thread, let go. You shouldn't be holding on to something that makes you feel that way in the first place. You can't be happy with someone else if you aren't happy with yourself. Be not afraid of life. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact. There is only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve: the fear of failure. The answer is always no, until you ask. Today is the tomorrow you talked about yesterday. No matter how good a person you are, you will always be bad in someone's story. Some talk to you in their free time, and some free their time to talk to you. Learn the difference. If you don't overcome your tendency to give up easily, your life will lead to nothing. Privacy is power. What people don't know, they can't ruin. The truth is, the bad things don't affect us as profoundly as we expect them to. That's true of good things too. We adapt very quickly to either. Never overlook contempt. When someone views you with contempt and talks to you like you're beneath them, they will likely do you harm, whether relationally, socially, or physically. Remove that person from your life. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. People's actions tell the truth about them, not their words. If you can't understand why someone is doing something, look at the consequences of their actions, whatever they might be, and then infer the motivations from their consequences. Today is only one day in all the days that will ever be. But what will happen in all the other days that will ever come can depend on what you do today. It's been that way all this year. It's been that way so many times. The world is a fine place and worth fighting for, and I hate very much to leave it. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that is changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. Tomorrow never comes, because it's always today. Be afraid of a friend who often says flattery to you. To flatter means to tell a person exactly what he thinks about himself. If you don't have obvious enemies, then they are hiding among your friends. Work every day, no matter what has happened the day or night before. Get up and bite on the nail. People treating you poorly is a reflection on them, not you. Do not listen with the intent to reply, but with the intent to understand. Be the person you needed when you were younger. You don't ever truly know another person unless you can take up residence in their head. You'll never be privy to their true nature. If you need more than one hand to count your best friends, you're not a great best friend. No one ever got tired of loving. They get tired of waiting, hearing lies, assuming, saying sorry, and hurting. Don't spend your life dreaming about what could have been in another place or under different circumstances. Instead, invest your energy in what is right in front of you. Not everyone is going to understand your journey. Not everyone is going to believe in what you believe in. You are on your own path, so never change who you are. Everything you do comes back to you.